What if this video turned into a live trivia game you play with your friends right now? But this isn't just a video. Scan the QR code, and instantly you're competing live, climbing the leaderboard and hitting your friends with power-ups. This is the first fully interactive quiz on YouTube, with new games every day. Scan now, or fall behind.
Do you think you're smart? Well, prove it. Scan the QR code on screen and join the quiz instantly. You can play by yourself or create a room and challenge your friends. Earn power-ups and multipliers. Or bring chaos to your opponents. The smartest brain wins. Scan now and start playing.
Brushes down, phones up. It's time to find out how much you really know about the greatest art and culture our world has ever produced.
Now we're in the difficult level. This quiz is for ages 18 and up. Are you ready to start? Here we go. Which venue in Harlem was nicknamed the home of Happy Feet? Which city became the center of the West Coast cool jazz movement in the early 1950s? Roughly how many years after its New Orleans origins did jazz take to reach New York City as a major musical force? Answer in years. In what year did Livy Armstrong leave King Oliver's Creole Jazz Band to pursue his solo career? Django Reinhardt, born in Belgium, pioneered a European jazz style known as Tipsy Jazz from which country? Jelly Roll Morton claimed to have invented jazz in which decade? In what year was Miles Davis's groundbreaking album Kind of Blue released? Which drummer is widely regarded as the master of bebop percussion? John Coltrane's A Love Supreme was released in which year? Jelly Roll Morton claimed jazz originated in this country, and Ted Geo traces its roots to this Caribbean nation's rhythms absorbed into New Orleans culture. What time signature made Dave Brubeck's Take 5 unusual for jazz? What was the name of the Kansas City style associated with Count Basie? What instrument did Buddy Bolden famously play? Ted Royer describes how this African nation's musical traditions, carried by enslaved people, deeply shaped jazz's rhythmic foundations. Select the country on the map. The jazz giant Dizzy Gillespie famously fused bebop with the musical traditions of this Caribbean island nation. Which musician pioneered the fusion of jazz and rock on the album Bitches Brew? The birth of the Cool Sessions associated with Miles Davis were recorded in which year? Which city is widely considered the birthplace of jazz? What year did Duke Ellington and his orchestra begin their famous residency at the Cotton Club in Harlem? John Coltrane drew deep inspiration from the classical music of this South Asian country, influencing his modal jazz explorations. Round complete. Where do you rank? Stay sharp. Get ready. The next round starts now. Which pianist composed Round Midnight, one of the most recorded jazz standards? Duke Ellington led his orchestra at the Cotton Club starting in which year? In what year was the first commercially released jazz recording made, featuring the original Dixieland Jazz Band? Which Chicago venue became a hub for jazz in the early 1920s? Which record label released many landmark bebop recordings in the late 1940s? Ted Geo highlights how bossa nova, born in this country, transformed jazz in the late 1950s. In what decade, expressed as the starting year, did bebop emerge as a revolutionary jazz movement? Which saxophonist was a central figure in the creation of bebop? How many albums did Miles Davis release as part of his landmark Bitches Brew sessions, counting only the double album as one release? Stan Getz popularized bossa nova in the US with which Brazilian musician? In what year did John Coltrane record his landmark album, A Love Supreme? Ted Geo describes which decade as the era of swing's mass popularity? King Oliver's Creole Jazz Band recorded some of its most important sides in which city? Which European country first embraced jazz most enthusiastically after World War I? Lester Young was nicknamed Prez by which famous singer? Ornette Coleman's style of jazz is most associated with which movement? Who is often called the first great jazz soloist? Dizzy Gillespie was known for playing which instrument? Ella Fitzgerald was known by which nickname? Miles Davis recorded Kind of Blue while based in this country. End of the round. Time to see how you did. Time for the next round. Let's go. What style of jazz developed in New York in the early 1940s? Which instrument did Art Tatum play with extraordinary technical virtuosity? What Brazilian music genre heavily influenced jazz in the early 1960s? Jazz was born in this city's vibrant Storyville district. In which country can you find New Orleans? How many musicians typically make up a classic New Orleans jazz front line? Which pianist is associated with the hard bop style and the Blue Note label in the 1950s? The jazz saxophonist Albert Ayler and many avant-garde jazz musicians sought artistic freedom by relocating to this Western European country in the 1960s. Select it on the map. In what year did Ornette Coleman release The Shape of Jazz to Come, launching the free jazz movement? Miles Davis's 1959 album Kind of Blue is associated with which jazz style? The legendary Cullen concert, January 24, 1975, was recorded by which famous pianist?
And that's the final question. How many did you get right? Check your results in the app and see your final score. Let us know in the comments how you did. Challenge your friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more quizzes.